Welcome to another informative episode of Housing Development, your go-to source for housing trending information in Nigeria. It is time to discuss housing and all that concerns it. Are you interested in renting or selling your property, buying a property or investing? Then this program is for you. Housing Development is a weekly TV show that covers the property market, be it rental, property for sale, mortgage, interior decor. We've got all the information. I am your housing diva, Flora. Let's see the trending news in the housing sector.
Asset surveyors and valuers in the country have advised the Nigerian government to deploy parts of the nation's huge pension funds worth over 8 trillion naira to the real estate sector, as this will reduce the funding gap and assist even pensioners own their homes. The chairman, Estate Surveyors and Valuers Registration Board of Nigeria, Nweke Umezurike, at the meeting with new industry professionals in Lagos, said investing the pension funds in mortgage financing will help reduce the housing gap in the country. He added that reforming the mortgage laws in the country will enable Nigerians to own affordable homes at cheaper rates. The forum also expressed the need for Nigeria to have a valuation standard that meets global practice, noting that it will instill public confidence in the valuation process in Nigeria. The Family Homes Fund, through PricewaterhouseCoopers, an international recruitment firm, has launched a recruitment campaign to secure a top quality capacity to deliver an ambitious, affordable housing program as a key aspect of the government's social intervention program. According to officials of the fund, their focus is to create homes that people, particularly those on low income, can afford, but beyond that, ensure that they provide opportunity for them to earn decent wages consistently through their investments in these projects. According to officials of the fund, their focus is to create homes that people, particularly those on low income, can afford, but beyond that, ensure that they provide opportunity for them to earn decent wages consistently through their investments in these projects. Governor Oluwarotimi Akeredolu of Ondo State has inaugurated an 11-man committee on land reform with a view to unlocking economic potentials of land in the state. Addressing the committee in Akure, Akeredolu identified inconsistent land policies, uncoordinated execution, poor monitoring and evaluation as factors militating against effective governance of the land sector. Governor said that he had directed the State Ministry of Lands and Housing to urgently explore possible means of correcting past lapses and anomalies in land use. He said one major means of achieving this is to embark on aggressive land reform that will not only enhance our revenue generation capacity, but will also provide a secured environment for prospective and potential investors.
My name is Professor Anladi Matawal, the Director General, Nigerian Building and Road Research Institute. And this is to say that the Nigerian Building and Road Research Institute endorses the Housing Development Program on AIT, and the public is encouraged to key in every time this program is aired.
You can read the full details of the news on www.housingnews.org.ng, the largest housing news website in Nigeria. Now moving on, the Housing Committee on FCT is set to seek justice to the issue of illegal land allocation in FCT as they investigate the process of land allocation in FCT. Take a listen.
The Chairman Subcommittee to investigate the process of land allocation in the FCT, Honorable Gaza Jonathan Gwefi, has strongly stated that the FCT Housing Committee will ensure it seeks justice to the issue of illegal land allocation, as well as pluck out all forms of leakages and corruption going on within and around the FCT. He made this statement during a series of investigative briefing sessions with some affected CEOs of companies owning estates linked with illegal land allocation issues.
To seek justice for people that have laid petitions before me. I'm here to seek justice and put paid to a process that will make sure everybody is proud and confident to buy property anywhere in Abuja and be able to go to sleep.
The proceedings, which held between Tuesday 28 August and Wednesday 5 September, was aimed at calling forth affected CEOs of companies under investigation for issues of illegal land allocation in the FCT to submit documents of their land allocations for proper investigation by the committee. In response to the submissions made by those present, it was agreed by the committee that after the submissions have gone through proper scrutiny, consultation from the issuing agencies, and necessary investigations have been made, a timetable will be drawn for individual companies to appear before the committee for further investigations.
We are going to go through your submissions. As we see the need, invite parties individually. After, of course, we must have engaged with the other parties involved who are the government parties and done exhaustive work on your documents in order for us to be able to address what has happened before and put together a good roadmap for the future.
Some of those affected and present at the proceedings aired their view on the development. This was what they had to say.
We're happy with that development because Nigerians have invested. Some are yet to invest. Some are young families, and all that. So it's good. It's going to at least tidy up the industry. So I think it's a very good development, and we're happy about it.
I feel this is a good exercise. I think the best way to go about it is to invite the government relevant agencies in charge of allocating these land titles to the owners of the land and let them come up with documents relating the land. But calling private investors who have spent so much in investing in these properties for this, I feel it's just not proper.
The exercise we're having today is a welcome development. I'm sure we all know that we need to sanitize the housing sector in Abuja, especially on the airport road, which is the belly of Abuja city. So as for me and my other colleagues, I want to appreciate the committee for the good work they have done, and I'm sure at the end of the day, all the parties will be happy for it at the end of the day.
In an interview with Housing Development, the president of Real Estate Developers Association of Nigeria, REDEN, Surveyor Ugochukwu Chime, stated that REDEN will join hands together with the committee to find a way to make sure that the Nigerian masses are being protected on the issue of illegal allocation of lands and properties.
What we have done now is to sit down with them and let them know that REDEN is a veritable ally if we get to the bottom of the problem. So what we are trying to do as a people is to let them know that this is a problem for which we are also victims and the members of the public are victims. So we should join hands together to find a way to make sure it doesn't occur again.
Honorable Gaza Jonathan appealed to those affected who are yet to make their submissions to do so to enable the committee carry out their constituted duties as is expected of them. Wilson Ifoma reporting for Housing Development.
My name is Engineer Mpape OFM, former president, Nigerian Society of Engineers. I endorse Housing Development Program on AIT. It's a must-watch for everyone who wants to have a house. If you want to have a house, you need those information. Please watch Housing Development every Wednesday on AIT at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Welcome back. You're watching Housing Development. Affordable housing remains a distant dream for young people in Nigeria. But when we begin to catch them young and begin to educate them about mortgage, the reality of owning a home at a young age will begin to dawn on them. Against this backdrop, Copen Group recently launched the Not Too Young to Own a Home scheme in Enugu. Here is the report.
The launch of the Not Too Young to Own a Home scheme by Copen Group was well embraced by youths in Enugu State as they attended the event to get more information and get educated about the scheme.
To ensure that it becomes possible for young people to own a home, paying as low as nothing in terms of equity contribution. We have homes that range from 4 million to 23 million, so that it meets every income strata. That it is possible for you to own a home by paying as low as nothing, and then you will repay back over 30 years, over 10 years, over 5 years, depending on your age bracket.
Beneficiaries of the Jadida Gardens were also in attendance to receive the keys to their houses. This was handed over to them by the Deputy Managing Director, Mrs. Chinelo Chime. The youths were encouraged to start thinking home ownership.
We also want to thank God for all those prospective home owners, because there are people who have come here today, and because of the information they have heard, they've made up their minds that they will buy. Please, it's not too young. To do what? Oh, let's make it while the sun shines.
Copen Group Limited has over the years developed and delivered several housing estates and shopping mall in Enugu State.
It is worthy to note that the South Korea have a comprehensive housing program for the youth as part of a comprehensive national housing program tagged the 2030 Youth Housing. Now the 2030 refers to people in their 20s and 30s. The project is set to revitalize youth housing by providing quality residences for young people. At this point, we encourage mortgage banks in Nigeria to launch new products that will attract our youth into home ownership. We need to catch them young.
My name is Dr. Femi Johnson. You are tuned to Housing Development on AIT. It's a wonderful program, very enlightening. Everything you need to know about housing in Nigeria and outside of Nigeria, you will hear here. Stay tuned, keep watching, make sure you don't miss an episode.
The Construction Artisans Award, an award that celebrates excellence in vocational skills powered by System, will be holding soon in Abuja. Dr. Samson Opaluwa, the Vice Chairman of the Council of Registered Builders of Nigeria and member of the Board of System, will tell us more.
Artisans are those craftsmen that have developed skills and competence at levels that are determined, such that their ability to translate what the skilled construction professionals have put in place is noticeable, and they are knowledgeable enough to translate it into reality on site. Those are the artisans. This is the first of its type, and we don't want the first to be something that people will not appreciate the way they ought to appreciate it. So we are ensuring that we pull all the stops. We are ensuring that we also have contacts with other countries that have been involved in this Artisans Award. We want to up the scale of delivery such that by the time Nigeria's first award is done, it will be at par, if not better, than what other clients are doing in their own nations. So we are expecting that all this will be put in place, and these awards will take place not later than the first quarter of next year. My parting shot to them will be that let them raise their tools and begin to use them and to utilize them proficiently, and they should be skillful. And they should know that from now henceforth, your skills will be rewarded. Your importance in running the engine of this economy will be identified. And I am sure, because of the collaboration between the end power of the federal government program and Copen, artisans are now going to enjoy their pride of place in our society.
Now that said, residents of Mpape, a hilly suburb of Abuja, went into panic following what they described as serious ground vibration that lasted from Wednesday afternoon to midnight. The FCT Emergency Management Agency on Friday assured residents of the territory that there was no likelihood of earthquake within the territory and the country. But then, let's see the reactions of some residents of Mpape community.
That thing just makes sound like blasting. The whole housing of Mpape shake. Even people that is living inside the house during that time, they come out outside. Everybody come out outside. Even my wife come out outside with my children that time. But we are expecting government to send even this what do you call it, scientists or what, I don't know how to put it. You understand? They have to come and detect what is happening in Mpape before something go with lives. You understand? So now we are just sitting. We don't get any place to go more than this place. So that is my complaint. Let government have a serious concern about this Mpape.
That day actually the thing was like earthquake. When it does, the whole ground vibrates. Most of people pack up to run away.
The thing happened on Friday. It was like a storm. The thing struck. What the government should do is to find out the causes of those things. The thing makes somebody scared. I was scared. Just like thunder will strike.
This thing started on Wednesday around 4 p.m. where we are still working. The first sound that happened was vibrating the ground. I was under motor. I begin to imagine what is happening. After 30 seconds, the thing happened again.
It was on Wednesday night when the incident happened, and nobody knows the reason or the cost. So when it happened, when the thing blast, everywhere was vibrating, even the house was vibrating. So we now wondering what is the cause of it, and nobody knows. And I heard in the news that NEMA came for inspection, but we don't call for authority to look into it, so that the thing will not cause problem or panic in Mpape.
Some residents of Mpape community expressing their fears over the recent earth tremor experienced in that location. Earth tremors are unpredictable and can strike with enough force to bring buildings down. The question is, should we start designing buildings that can sustain their hits? I need an answer. You can follow us on all our social media pages displayed on your TV screen. Howbeit, people should know the very basic safety measures to take during an earth tremor. Here are a few safety tips.
Earth tremor safety tips. If shaking begins, drop down, take cover under a desk or table and hold on. Stay indoors until the shaking stops and you're sure it's safe to exit. Stay away from bookcases or furniture that can fall on you. Stay away from windows. In a high-rise building, expect the fire alarms and sprinklers to go off during a quake. If you are in bed, hold on and stay there, protecting your head with a pillow. If you are outdoors, find a clear spot away from buildings, trees, and power lines. Drop to the ground. If you are in a car, slow down and drive to a clear place. Stay in the car until the shaking stops.
My name is Engineer Kashim Abdul Ali, President, Council for the Regulation of Engineering in Nigeria. I totally endorse the program Housing Development in Nigeria. It's a program anybody who loves this country should watch, whether you are in the built environment industry or not. It's something that whoever is in Nigeria will benefit from.
Nigeria requires 60 million new homes to meet the immediate needs of its people, the vast majority of whom own less than $4 a day. Masaka in Nassarawa State is a typical informal settlement and a reflection of how many poor Nigerians live. Structures are haphazardly erected with no forward planning. There is little or no public services. landlords often own whole compounds and offer little support to residents. Solomon Madaki first lived here when he arrived from Kaduna State looking for employment.
Masaka is no address, very congested. When I was living there, I have to park my car very far away from my house because no road to the house with a car. So I will show you where I lived before. This is the main compound where I was living. Like here, I was the one that made this bacha. It's just like a kitchen for me. This is the toilet. So this is where I stayed before. As you can see, it's not normal person that will live in this kind of a house that will tell you that, no, I'm comfortable. It's not comfortable.
With Nigeria's population predicted to double in the next few decades, low-cost affordable housing for poor communities is set to become the fastest growing sector. The Millard Fuller Foundation, working in partnership with Family Homes Funds, believe that by operating in this vital yet underdeveloped and unpopular space, social change and business value can go hand in hand, and that housing can be used as a major catalyst to bring economic empowerment to the people. This housing project in Luvu Madaki Masaka outside Abuja has recently been acquired by Family Homes Funds, and it has been designed to allow first-time homeowners to expand and grow their homes as their means allow. A basic one-bedroom or studio apartment is provided, which can be further developed. For those struck by poverty, owning their own home seems like an unreachable dream. Solomon realized that he could have a different reality. He managed to put a finance plan in place, and he is now a proud homeowner.
This is my new home. This is where I live now. And this is my beautiful daughter. This is I and my wife. This is the size of the kitchen. Ai dama burin namiji shine ya kasance yana da gida, yana da kuma abin da zai iya ba ma iyalin shi don su ci. Baka da gurin kwana, baka da abincin ci, ai baka cika mai gida ba kenan. Idan kin duba kamar yanzu nan haka, zan iya kulle daki na yi tafiya ba mai ce min ina za ka. In na gan dama in dawo karfe 30 ba mai ce ina ka fito domin mai gidan nawa ne ko ba haka ba. Yanzu da ni na fita zuwa nan sai abin ya zama min kamar al'ajibi ne.
The program is Housing Development, the only TV program that gives you the best information on housing in Nigeria. The Family Homes Fund, an initiative of the federal government, is aimed at facilitating affordable housing delivery by entering into specific partnership with supportive state government, developers, and international partners and agencies that can provide technical support and financing for project implementation. Against this backdrop, the Family Homes Fund will be launching the Help to Buy initiative in October, which is next month. I'll bring to you next week on this program the report on the completed 400 houses in Nassarawa State, where the Vice President is expected to hand over keys to those who have lost hope of owning a home. On that note, I say thanks for watching. I remain Flora, your housing diva. I'll see you soon.